Alright, part 3. Now that we've got our bolt assembly cleaned, I'm going to set that to the side. I brushed down and cleaned my lower assembly. I'm going to set that over here. My spring, recoil spring, I wiped it off. And I'm going to brush this end here because this is the end that is exposed to the firing area. I'll brush it off real easily. And inspect to make sure that the spring's still in good shape. And it's still good to where it doesn't need replaced. And now that is done, and I'm going to wipe this side of it off a bit. There. You'd be surprised how dirty these things get from just shooting just shooting a few rounds out of it. Hope all this is in frame. I'm sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on doing this, and I'm not really watching the viewfinder on the camera. So if it's not, I apologize. So I'm going to take another clean pad here that I've got sitting out over here, and I'm going to wipe this back down again. But this time I'm going to use this pad first. Getting ahead of myself again. This is the pad that's covered in the cleaning solution. I'm just going to wipe this all down and give it a thorough wiping. Get all the dirt and stuff off the outside of it. And then I'm going to take a clean pad and come back and wipe it over. Get all the excess cleaner off of it. Like I said, this gun's going to be a pain in the butt to put back together. I've never done it on the first try. And I'm not going to say I'm going to do it on the first try this time. So it may take me 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not going to say how many times. And if it does, I'm going to edit them all out, and you guys will think I got it on the first try. No, I'll tell you if it takes me more than one time. But I'll probably end up editing it out before then. Alright, my upper assembly, which has had cleaner sitting in the bore of the barrel, which is going to stay there for a moment while I clean the back part of this with the brush. I'm going to brush in here like so. As far in as it'll go. There's that. Flip it over, do the other side to break up any of the loose stuff that's in there. Alright. Take a pad, doesn't have to necessarily be clean. Kind of wipe out all the areas you can get your fingers in. Me, I have kind of small fingers, so I can get them into small places easily. Alright, there's that. That looks pretty shiny. Shiny as it's going to get for now. I'm going to take a Q-tip and then go over everywhere that I couldn't get with the cloth, which is up by where the barrel's at, the feed ramp, which I'm going to end up having to use a cleaner on, and a new Q-tip. So then, get this wet. Alright, we're good there. Alright, clean that off. Clean down that whole barrel upper assembly here. And I'll wipe out any excess here in a moment. Alright, hit the feed ramp a bit. Okay. Alright, take a pad, clean it out real good. Clean Q-tip. Wipe off every little inch of it. Get all the excess off of it, because you don't want that in there because it'll cause it to gum up, and eventually your gun will start to jam. And you won't be able to figure out why. It'll be because you had excess cleaner in there. Because this particular cleaner is really good for storage of your gun. This is Barrett heavy bore cleaner that I'm using. Hoppy's makes a good cleaner. Who else is there? Remington. I don't know who else is out there. I know Hoppy's make cleaner, and I've got Barrett bore cleaner right now, heavy bore stuff. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but it works really, really good. And yes, I got it because I got a Barrett, and was just thoroughly amazed at how well it worked. Because I had never tried it before I got my Barrett, and that's all I use now. Pretty much on all my guns, that's all I use. Because it does work so well. It's just an excellent little thing. Alright, I don't know if you can see that. That's nice and shiny now up in there. As best as it's going to get, I believe. As good as it is, as good as it's going to get, I think. try. Like I said, I'm really anal. If I could wipe the finish off of it, I would. But, you know, you don't want to go doing that. Excuse me. There. Right on. Okay, I'm going to find a Q-tip and get that right there. Little groove there is where the ejector goes when the bolt's closed. Alrighty, let's see. I'm gonna check that out. Can I get that off of there? Yes, I can. Our Q-tip time. Sorry if this is taking too long, but see, I'm still getting a bunch of crud out of there. And you don't wanna. Like I said, everybody's different. I mean, your gun doesn't have to be spotless. I like mine to be pretty much spotless because, like I said, I'm really anal about it. And I think they should be that way. If you're going to own a gun, take care of them. To me, they're an investment. Something that you can enjoy, your kids can enjoy. Me personally, I don't have any children yet. Maybe someday I will. My kids are sitting under my chair right now. Hi. And they got 4 legs and a tail. So those are my kids right now. And I'm happy with that. I mean, my house is paid for. I've got toys in my gun safe. I've got, life's pretty good right now. I'm thankful for that. Christmas is coming. I love this time of year. So I'm getting ready to go out on some hikes when the snow starts flying. That's the only thing I'm waiting for, is for the snow to come down. Alright, now that that's done, nice and shiny, I'm going to finish cleaning the barrel bore now. And what I'm going to do with that is take a nice dry pad. I'm going to take 2 of these, I think, and maybe cut these in half. Like I said, I'm still learning on these. Because like I said, I got to cut new ones every time I clean my 22s. Or my 22, I should say. This is the only 22 I own. I may buy me a 1022 one of these days. I need to get one. Been wanting one, but just haven't got. Every time I get around to buying it, it's something else comes up, and I end up spending my money on that. So, but someday I'll have a 1022 in my inventory. All right, now we're gonna do the same thing as I did with the other way of cleaning. Take the rod, run it all the way through the barrel to the end, screw on my cleaning patches, and take it from the breech end of the barrel to the other end of the barrel. Like I said, it doesn't matter. This is just the way I do it. Other people do it a different way. There. Now see, it's been sitting for about 10 minutes now with the cleaner in there, and it's been soaking into the barrel. One good thing about this barrel bore cleaner is it lubricates, it cleans. You could lube up. You could run a patch down your barrel of your gun a couple times, a nice wet one, and you could store your gun for a while and not have to worry about it rusting the inside of the barrel. Me, I've got a humidifier or a dehumidifier in my safe, so I'm not too worried about that. As far as rusting of my guns, I'm not really worried about that right now. In fact, right now I've got a humidifier running in the other room because it is winter time and it is very dry here when it gets to be winter time, because the furnace is always running and whatnot. So I'm not really worried about my guns rusting, but I do take care of them. I still lubricate them as I would if it was a real humid environment here, because it does get humid here in the summertime. So it's alright, guys. People are still outside lighting off fireworks. Wonder what the occasion is. It's alright, dude. My little boy's just sitting under my chair, whiny. It's alright, little man. Cut this, and this is going to be another part here. So we're already at 9 minutes 13 seconds. So I'm going to stop it there, and we're going to go on to the next part. I think it's part 4. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but it is. So part 4 coming.